Good afternoon, students. Uh, I hope all of you studied in the chapter Way Optics. In the last two classes, we have discussed so many previous year questions, KCT questions. I hope all of you understood those questions. So today, this is the last uh, topic of that chapter Wave Optics. So in this chapter, we discussed some important topics. In the very first day, we have discussed about the concept of interference, interference, and in interference, before that interference, we have discussed about that Eigen's principle, and in interference, one more important concept, the most important concept in interference, that is Young's double slit experiment. Most of the questions, CET questions, are came from that concept, Young's double slit experiment. I hope all of you go through that Young's important KCET problems that is related to Young's double slit experiment. See, next, after interference, the last class, we had discussed up to question number 28 regarding Young's double slit experiment and Eigen's principle. Okay, let's move on. So today we are going to discuss some important, two more important concept, that is diffraction, and a third one is polarization. Third one is polarization. These two are some little bit most important questions, and uh, some previous year they will ask some important concept regarding these formulas and diffraction and polarization. Okay, shall we start with the first concept, that is diffraction? Is diffraction. So what is diffraction? Interference of fringes, how interference fringes are formed in Young's double slit experiment. See, central always bright fringes is formed. So what are the, just I revise those, what are the characteristics of interference pattern? See, central always a bright fringe formed, and the second characteristics, the fringe width of bright fringes and the width of bright and dark fringes are always same, and alternate bright dark fringes width is also same, and intensity of all bright fringes is same, and intensity of all dark fringes is 0. So like that, these are the characteristics of Young's interference fringes. The same interference fringes are obtained in diffraction pattern. In diffraction, what is the meaning of diffraction? Which what light gets diverges. Already we know that light is a wave nature. Already we know that light is also a particle nature. So in the very first class, I will discuss. I had discussed some important concept that in earlier days scientists have some confusion, that is light is wave nature or particle nature. So now, so now I hope all of you clear that light is a behaves as a particle nature and wave nature. So now diffraction, the theories, the phenomenon which explains light behaves as a wave nature, interference, diffraction, polarization. The phenomenon which explains particle nature of light, scattering of light, photoelectric effect, Compton effect. So now what is the diffraction? See, just hold two hands, two fingers like this. When we would through small gap of this width, alternate bright dark fringes are observed. So first, I will write what is the definition of diffraction. The phenomenon, the phenomenon, the phenomenon of bending of light, the phenomenon of bending of light, the phenomenon of bending of light around the corners of an obstacle, around the corners of an obstacle, around corners of an obstacle. Obstacle means what? It means it's prevent. ಅಡೆಗೋಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, that is prevent. So light enters from, for example, this is a source. It's a small diagram. So this is a source. This source produces a light around the surroundings. A small slit width, small slit having width A, and this is a screen. So according to light, it moves like this. It moves like this. But when this obstacle, the phenomenon of bending of light around the corners of an obstacle. So just listen, just like around the corners of an obstacle. See, these are called geometrical shadow. Geometrical shadow. Geometrical shadow. Is it clear? See, when source of light illuminates a light through a slit, and this is A and B. This is a light wavefront. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟಾಕಲ್ ನ ಲೈಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೈಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡೈವರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಜಿಯೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಶಾಡೋಲು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೈಟ್ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಡೈವರ್ಜ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಹತ್ರ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ 2 ಬ್ಲೇಡ್ಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ. 2 ಬ್ಲೇಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಒಂದು ಕೆಳಗೊಂದು ಈ ತರ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಥ್ರೂ ವೆನ್ ವಿವ್ಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಲಿಟ್, there is alternate bright dark fringes are observed. Just hold the 2 fingers like this. When we would through light from this small slit between the 2 fingers, there is in between the 2 fingers, there is small alternate bright and dark fringes are observed. So just observe clearly. So what are the characteristics? What are the diffraction maxima? What are the diffraction minima? And what fringes is formed exact at the center of the screen? This is called diffraction. This is diffraction is just different from interference. So what are the difference between interference? What are the difference between interference and diffraction? In interference, fringes of equal width. Alternate bright fringes are of equal width. Here alternate bright fringes are of unequal width. Intensity of a bright fringe, here this is one is the interference, this one is the diffraction. Alternate bright fringes are of same intensity. Here alternate intensity is decreases from center to distance, center to infinity. Here intensity decreases. Here dark intensity of dark is 0. Here intensity of dark is maximum. Is it clear? Here central bright maximum, here also central bright maximum, and alternate dark fringes are observed. So these are the difference between interference and diffraction. Is it clear? And a compact disc. So ಕಾಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ CD ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣ್ತವೆ, ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಿನಾಮಿನನ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್? ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. Is it clear? Is it clear? So in the earlier days, wave theory, diffraction first explained by name of the scientist called Grimaldi. And later it is performed by experiment, that is Newton. But wave theory concept na apply ಮಾಡಿದವರು, that is I get. It is, sorry, Young, Young's Thomas Young. ವೇವ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ನೇಚರ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಡೈಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ಗೆ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ದನು ಥಾಮಸ್ ಯಂಗ್. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಗ್ರಿಮಾಲ್ಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ವೇವ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್ ನ ಆರ್ ವೇವ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ನೇಚರ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಥಾಮಸ್ ಯಂಗ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೈಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್? ದ ಫಿನಾಮಿನನ್ ಆಫ್ bending of light around the corners of an obstacle. So most important, the size of the obstacle, the size of the obstacle, the size of the obstacle is comparable. The size of the obstacle is comparable with wavelength of light used. With wavelength of light used. With the wavelength of light used. Is it clear? So most important is ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಬುಕ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿ. Just what is the size of an obstacle? Size of obstacle is comparable with wavelength of light used. Is it clear? Understood all of you? So next we move on to the next one. So just repeat once again. What is the refraction? The phenomenon of bending of light around the corners of an obstacle. Is it clear? Okay. So next one. Diffraction. Diffraction due to single slit. See, I'm not going to explain a complete experiment once again. Already you know that. Already you studied in your classes. See, if I'm going to explain an entire experiment, it takes some time. So the problems solve ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ time ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ just I'll explain just what is the formula of diffraction maxima and diffraction minima, and what are the characteristics of diffraction diffraction fringes, diffraction due to single slit. So this is source. This is source, and this is again light illuminates, and this was one. These slit are separated by a distance. Here A is called slit width. A is called slit width, and this is screen, and this is screen. That is this is theta, and what is A is called slit width. So now directly I come to the point. What is the formula of angular position? Angular position. Angular position of diffraction due to single slit. Angular position of diffraction maxima. Diffraction maxima. That is sin theta. Most important question. Sin theta 2n plus 1 lambda d by lambda divided by 2d, where A is called, sorry, again this not A. In interference fringes, there I'm using a small d, that is the distance between the slits. In diffraction, that is I use A, that is slit width. Okay, next. So So next one is diffraction, angular position of diffraction maxima. And next one is angular position of diffraction or diffraction minima, angular position of diffraction minima. That is sin theta equals n lambda by a. So keep in mind, most of the previous year in questions ಕೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಈ those these two formula basis ಮೇಲೆ question ಕೇಳಿರೋದು. So what is the angular position of diffraction maxima? That is sin theta equals to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2a, where a is called slit width. And angular position of diffraction minima, that is sin theta equals n lambda by a. Is it clear, all of you? Say, but what are the characteristics of diffraction fringes? Say, central bright, always central bright maxima is formed. Surrounding alternate bright dark fringes are formed. But bright intensity of bright fringes, that is central maxima. It is a central maximum. Alternate at the central, intensity is maximum. As we move from a central maximum to infinity, the intensity goes on decreases. So this is the, but in the interference, this is central maxima. So as we move from central maxima to different points, intensity is same. Alternate bright intensity of alternate bright intensity is bright fringes is same. But in interference, intensity of dark fringes is 0, but equal width. So this is the difference between interference and diffraction. So hope ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. So just this is small introduction about interference and diffraction. And keep in mind, again, once again I repeat, keep in mind, angular position of diffraction maxima. To calculate secondary maxima, first maxima, and first minima, second minima, fourth maxima, fourth minima, we can calculate by using this formula sin theta, that is 2n plus 1 lambda divided by 2a. And sin theta n lambda by, again fringe width, that is beta equals lambda d by a. Fringe width, we can calculate by using this for the same formula, fringe width, beta equals lambda d by a, where a is called slit width, d is called distance between slit and screen. Is it clear? Is it clear, all of you? So, okay, this complete the concept of diffraction. So, last concept, formulas ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ sin theta equals 2n plus 1 lambda by 2a and minima sin theta equals n lambda by a. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. So next concept is polarization. Next concept is polarization. Next concept is polarization. What is polarization? What is polarization? See, we use some different equipments. We use some different instruments. For example, a sunglass, polarized sunglass. What is the meaning of polarization? See, and the Maxwell's, just explain small introduction about light. Maxwell explained wave theory of light. See, this wave theory is applicable for all light and all electromagnetic radiations. See, electromagnetic radiations, different types of electromagnetic radiations are there: X-ray, UV, visible, gamma, IR. So these are all electromagnetic radiations. This wave theory is applicable for all types of wave theory. all types of electromagnetic radiation and as well as light also. Is it clear? So, but light, according to Maxwell, light is deflected. According to Maxwell, light is light is deflected. Light is deflected in both magnetic field, magnetic field deflected by both magnetic field the light is deflected by both the magnetic field and electric field. Both the electric field and magnetic field. But electric field is only but electric field is the only reason for light visible. Is the only reason for light visible. Is it clear, all of you? Electric field is the only reason for light visible. Okay. So next one is. But electric field, it vibrates per plane perpendicular. See, electric field is a vector quantity. That's why light is also a vector quantity. See, that's why it is called. Light vector. Light vector. This concept can be used. In polarization is light vector. So it is reflected by both electric and magnetic fields. Electric field is deflected by, that is nothing but unpolarized light. How to represent unpolarized light? How to represent unpolarized light? So this one is, see, both uh, so this is electric field. This is electric field. This is electric field. And this one is a magnetic field. See, these two are mutually perpendicular to each other. This is magnetic field. This one is magnetic field. This one is magnetic field. This one is magnetic field. Like that. These two are mutually perpendicular to each other. See, in unpolarized light, it vibrates. Unpolarized light. This one is dot. This one is like that. Dot, dot, dot. Dot represents plane of vibration about into the plane, and it's a vibration of a polarized light parallel to the propagation of wave. So this represents unpolarized light. Here dot represents vibration of a wave. Vibration of a wave perpendicular to the propagation of a wave. Why? And this arrow work indicates double arrow indicates vibration of a wave along parallel to the direction of wave. So this is a unpolarized light. Is it clear? And this is represents electromagnetic wave theory. It is deflected. Light is deflected by both electric and magnetic fields. So electric field is the only reason to visible. Light is visible. Light visible ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ electric field is the only reason. Is it clear? So in this polarization, to explain a polarization concept, light vector is the most important concept. Is it clear? It is deflected by both electric and magnetic field. So what are the outer represents unpolarized light? So here unpolarized light arrow mark indicates plane of vibration of a light on the propagation of perpendicular to the propagation of wave, and dot indicates vibration of a wave perpendicular to the propagation of wave, but arrow mark indicates the parallel to the propagation of wave. I hope all of you understood what are the concept of diffraction and unpolarized light. And the next one is so now concept is what is polarization? What is polarization of light? What is polarization of light? The phenomenon of what is the polarization of light? The phenomenon in which light restricted, the phenomenon of light in which light restricted to only one plane polarized light, only one plane polarized light, How to represent plane polarized light? See, first one, this is representation of plane polarized light, or we can represent a dot, or what is a partially polarized light? So like this. This is a representation of polarized and polarized light. This is partially polarized light. Unpolarized light, that is like this. This is unpolarized light. Is it clear, all of you? And after this polarization of light, two instruments. What is polarizer and analyzer? Polarizer and analyzer. Polarizer is a device. It is used to represents polarizer device used to produce plane polarized light. It produces plane polarized light. And what is analyzer? It is a device used to detect a plane polarized light. It's called a polarizer and analyzer. Best example of produce a polarizer is best device is polarize. Polarize. It is a device used to produce the polarization of light, and this polarize can be used in the manufacture of 3D sunglasses and different upcoming optical communications. They're all about polarization of light, unpolarized light, and next representation of plane polarized light and unpolarized light. Is it clear? So now the most important last concept is one law is there, that is uh, Malus law. Most of all previous year ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕೇಳಿರುವಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮ್ಯಾಲಿಸ್ ಲಾ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್? Just I write I equals. Just I write the formula of malus law. I equals I square theta. I equals I naught cos square theta. The intensity of transmitted light is directly proportional to the intensity of plane polarized emitted by polarites is directly proportional to square of cosine of angle between pass axis and polarites. Pass axis and transmitted light. It's called that is the Malus law. I is directly proportional to intensity of plane polarized light is emitted from the polarites is directly proportional to square of cosine of angle between pass axis and transmitted light. Is it clear? So that is called Malus law. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ನಾವು just I remember, just I recall what is the formula of diffraction maxima and diffraction minima. That is diffraction maxima is sin theta equals 2n plus 1 lambda by 2a and diffraction minima. So this is maxima and diffraction minima. Where n equals 1, 2, 3, so on. Sin theta equals n lambda by a. Sometimes for small angle, sometimes for small angle, sin theta is equals to theta. Sometimes for small angle, sin theta is equals to theta. So okay, shall we stick on to? Shall we move on to the problems? I hope all of you understood diffraction and polarization. And just keep in mind, don't forget all the formulas. So keep in mind. So recall day by day. So every time you should recall all the formulas. Just write down, continuously write down. So ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಸರಿ ಬರೀತಿರೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸರಿ ನೆನಪಿರುತ್ತೆ. Is it clear? Okay. So next one. So we move on to the problem. So this is the entire synopsis about interference, diffraction, and polarization. So next one is, so now coming to topic. This is way of text. ಈ ಬುಕ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇವಾಗ ಏನೇನು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲಾ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ನಾನು ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆನೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಸ್ಲಿಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಸ್ಲಿಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ಗಳು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೈಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಸಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ is the width of diffraction band varies. Very first one, the width of diffraction band varies. So option is inversely as the wavelength. So what is the formula of width, fringe width? Beta equals, that is beta equals lambda d divided by a. ಸಿ ಈ ತರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರು ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬೀಟಾ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಡಿ ಬೈ ಎ. ದ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವೇರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್. ಸಿ ನೋ ಹಿಯರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 1 ಬರಲ್ಲ. Directly as the width of the slit? No. Varala. Directly as the distance between the slit and screen. Yes, right. It is beta equals option 3. So fourth one, inversely as the size of the source from which slit is limited. No, no. So option 3 is the right answer. Directly as the distance between the slit and screen. Is it clear? ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಅವರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಈ ತರ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, this one, question number 2. An unpolarized beam of intensity I naught. Unpolarized light, nothing but it having two vibrations along parallel or along perpendicular. It having two vibrations, unpolarized light. Already in the last slide, already I explained it. Unpolarized light and polarized light. Polarized lighting, but it is restricted to only one plane of vibration. It's only one plane vibration. Is it clear? Unpolarized beam of intensity I naught is incident on a pair of Nichols. Nichols, nothing but it's a type of prisms. Nichols making an angle of 60 degree. Making an angle of 60 degree. Theta is 60 degree. Theta is 60 degree. So now, with each other, the intensity of the light emerging from the pair. The intensity of the light emerging from the pair. So we have to calculate intensity. Then see, an unpolarized beam of intensity I naught is incident on a pair of Nichols making. See, the intensity emerges from first prism. The intensity emerges from first Nicol is given by, that is I equals I naught by 2. The intensity emerges from first prism or first Nicol. The intensity reduce agata, that is I naught by 2. And total intensity according to Malus law. According to Malus law, total intensity, that is I equals I naught cos square theta. I naught equals cos square theta, nothing but cos square theta, that is cos 60. Cos 60 whole square. So cos 60 whole square. Okay. Then I equals I naught cos 60. What is the value of cos 60? 1 by 2 whole square. That is I naught to 1 by 4. That is I naught by 4. But here after I naught reduced by I naught by 2, that is I naught by 2, nothing but I naught by 2, 4 into 2 is 8. That is option is 4. Option is 4. That is I naught by 2, but not I naught by 4. When unpolarized beam of intensity is coming out of the first prism, its intensity is reduced. That is I naught by 2. Intensity is reduced. That is I naught by 2. But I naught by 2 coming out of the Nichols pair of Nichols prism, according to Malus law, I equals I naught cos square theta, I naught cos theta, that is what they are given, that is theta 60 degree, cos 60 whole square, that is option is I naught by 8. Is it clear of you? ಸಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಸರಿ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಬರಿ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 3 ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 4 ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 5. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 6. ನಾವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 6. ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರ? ಓಕೆ. Question number 6. In a Fraunhofer diffraction experiment, in a Fraunhofer diffraction experiment at a single slit using a light. So ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಬೇಗ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬೇಗ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಡಾಟಾ ಗಿವನ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಸೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. In a Fraunhofer diffraction experiment at a single slit using a light of wavelength of 400 nanometer. Light of wavelength 400 nanometer. So nano means 400 into 10 to the power of -9 meter. So wavelength. First minimum is formed at an angle of. See, first minimum is formed at an angle of. See, what is the formula of first minimum? Sin theta equals n lambda by a. First minimum is formed at an angle of 30 degree. So next, the direction theta of the first secondary maximum. ಅವನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇದೆ? ಥೀಟಾ 30 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ secondary maximum. What is the formula of secondary maximum? Sin theta equals 2n plus 1 lambda by 2a. Lambda by 2a. So that is lambda ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ n ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ n equals 1, 2 into 1 plus 1 divided by 2 lambda by a. ಸೊ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಬೈ ಎ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಎ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ಡಾಟಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಬೈ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದಾ? ಸೊ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಬೈ ಎ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೈನ್ 30 equals first minima that is n equals 1, that is lambda by a. Sin 30 nothing but 1 by 2, that is lambda by a. Is it clear? So then sin theta equals 2 into 1, 2 plus 1, 3 by 2 into lambda by a. Lambda by a nothing but 1 by 2. 3 ones are 3 divided by 2 twos are 4. That is theta equals sin inverse of 3 by 4. Theta equals sin inverse of 3 by 4. So now answer is option 4. Option 4. See, ಅವನು ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹಾಕಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಡಿ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವೇ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ sin inverse of 3 by 4. Is it clear? So note down. Note ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ? Okay. So next one. See, question number 8, 7th one completed, 8th one completed, 9th one completed. Last completed means last class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ question number. Okay. Next question number 12th one complete, right? But 13th one, most easiest chapter, most easiest question. Paralleled beam of light of wavelength 6000 angstrom. 6000 angstrom gets diffracted by a single slit of width A equals 0.3 millimeter. the angular position of the first minima. Angular of position of the first minima, that is first minima calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So now simple problem. Simple problem. What is the formula of angular position of first minima? Formula that is simple. Sin theta equals n lambda by a. Correct? N lambda by a sin theta. N is first one lambda 6000 into 10 to the power of minus 10 divided by a 0.3 into say millimeter. 0. We can convert it into millimeter into 10 power minus 3. So okay. 0.3. So ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ 3 ನ 10 power 3 10 power minus 10 10 to the power of minus 7 ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದು. 6000 ನ 6 into 10 power of 3 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. 10 power 3 into 10 power minus 10 10 power minus 7. 10 power minus 7 0.3 into 10 power minus 3, that is 3 into 0.3 ನ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ 10 to the power of ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದ್ದು ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪವರ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 10 to the power of ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇದ್ದು ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪವರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೊಂದು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನ ನೀವು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. ಪವರ್ ನ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಸಿ 3 into 10 to the power of ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ, ಪವರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. -4 3 1s 3 2s, that is 2 into -7 plus 4, that is -3. So -3 nothing but decimal point ನ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ 0.002, that is sin theta. So theta equals sin inverse of 0.002. So note down. So sorry, option is 2 into 10 to the power of -3. or ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಈ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ 2 into ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ 10 power minus 3 ಅಂತ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೇಡಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ 2 into 10 to the power of -3. ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಗಳು. ಸಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 4.1 4.2 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 0.1 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ 4. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 10 completed and 14 completed, 15 completed and 16 completed. Sorry, 16. In single slit experiment, the width of the slit is reduced. Then linear width of the principal maxima. Linear width of the principal maxima, option 1, increases but becomes less bright. See, linear in single slit experiment, width of the slit is reduced. Slit width na reduce ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ brightness ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That is the linear width of the principal maxima increases but becomes less bright. Is it clear? So now question number 17 and most question number 18. Very easiest phenomenon of polarization shows that light has particle or wave. So already in the very first wave nature. In the first class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ವೇವ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಫಿನಾಮಿನನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಡಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್. ಬಟ್ ಅವನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇನ್ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿರೋದು ಫಿನಾಮಿನನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಶೋಸ್ ದಟ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಆಸ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನೋ ರಾಂಗ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಸ್ ಲಾಂಜಿಟ್ಯೂಡಲ್ ಎಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಸ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಲೈಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಸ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 20. Again, this is on the basis of Malus law. Question number 20. So diffraction ಮತ್ತೆ polarization ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. So question number 20. The polarized light of intensity I0 is passed through another polarizer. A polarized light of intensity I0 is passed through another polarized whose pass axis makes an angle of theta is 60 degree pass axis. With the pass axis of the farmer, what is the intensity of the emergent polarized light for second polarized? What is the intensity? Same formula as Malus law, that is I equals I naught cos square theta. That is I naught cos theta. What is the value of cos theta? See, cos theta nothing but cos 60 degree, cos 60 degree, that is cos 60 I naught, cos 60, that is 1 by 2 whole square, that is I naught by 4. So option A is I naught for option C, that is I naught by 4. So in this way, number of important formulas are there. Again, question number 24. Light of wavelength 600 nanometer. Question number in the year 2016. Light of wavelength, that is a lambda 600 nanometer. That is a 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. Slit width A, that is 0.2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. The angular width of central maxima in the diffraction pattern is in the diffraction pattern, angular maxima, angular width. Again, this is on the basis of formula angular maxima, angular minima, and the angular position of diffraction. ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇದಾವೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಬಂದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ಗಳು ಸಿನಾಪ್ಸಿಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅದೇ ಮಾಮೂಲೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿ ವೇನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಸ್ಲಿಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲಿತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸಿನಾಪ್ಸಿಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ, ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟು ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿ. ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು. ಸೊ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ನ 3 ಡೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿ. ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು.